Hello, everyone. This is Frank Liu. He is a transportation policy specialist who has been studying Bay Area transportation for 10 years. He has some ideas about how to improve the quality of our transportation systems in the Bay Area and would like to share them with you today.
Hello guys. So my first plan is to provide more rapid service from the San Francisco International Airport to downtown San Francisco. So currently we have a bus route called the 292 that runs from the SFO to downtown San Francisco. However, the only problem is that it takes too long. It takes about an hour to just get from SFO to San Francisco. And right now, taking a car or taking Uber or a taxi, which is pretty expensive, to San Francisco seems like a lot more viable option. So we need a rebirth of more public transportation as a more viable option. So one way we could do that is to expedite the 292's travel from the SFO to the downtown San Francisco by using the Highway 101. Because currently the 292 goes from the SFO to downtown San Francisco via a boulevard called Bayshore Boulevard, and if you've ever been on Bayshore Boulevard, there's like no civilization on Bayshore Boulevard. It drives right next to the San Bruno Mountains. There aren't even bus stops over there. So it will actually be a lot faster if the 292 actually entered the Highway 101 and sped all the way up to San Francisco, and that provide more rapid service to San Francisco. Because let's say you were a tourist and you arrived at SFO and you're like, oh, I want to visit San Francisco. How can I get there? Oh, there's a bus called 292. Let's take that. But then you figure out that takes a whole hour to get there, and it's quite a drag. So if we have an expedited service in San Francisco, that will help them. It also help you guys in second period seniors in AP government class, because I know a lot of you will probably want to visit San Francisco over the weekend for jobs, for entertainment, for visiting friends. If you have expedited service along the 292 to San Francisco, that will provide a major benefit to you guys. Okay, here we move on to plan number 2. So plan number 2 is basically to provide more rapid service along the El Camino Real corridor. So currently, there's a bus called the ECR, and it runs along the El Camino corridor from Palo Alto to Daly City. The only problem is that the ECR makes a lot of stops along the El Camino Real corridor, and it's really slow. It takes about 2 hours, in fact, to go from Palo Alto to Daly City, and sometimes it could take even up to 3 hours when it's commute hours because of all the cars jamming along El Camino Real. So obviously, 3 hours is like nobody wants to sit through 3 hours to just get through such a short distance. So what we need is an express version of the ECR called the EX. The EX will serve major transit locations such as Redwood City Caltrain Station, Hillside Caltrain Station, Burlingame Caltrain Station, as well as major hospitals like Scene Hospital in Daly City, Como BART Station, Daly City BART Station. Those are all major transit points, and we'll have that bus serve those major transfer points with other bus routes. However, meanwhile, we will also run the ECR so that people who want to get from a specific location to a specific location, and these specific locations may not necessarily be very popular destinations, we could have them get onto the ECR, transfer to the EX at a certain transfer point with speed along El Camino route, and then transfer back to the ECR to get to their specific final location. And these little transfers in between will be coordinated so that the two buses arrive at the same time, and the customer will not have to pay any extra money. And basically, if we do this, we can have a lot more rapid express service on the El Camino Real corridor. Alright, finally, my last plan is to have more rapid BART service. So right now, BART is another system that could be rather slow, okay? So BART can run at up to speeds of 70 miles per hour, but the problem is that sometimes sometimes some of the BART stations located right next to each other and really slows it down. Let's take downtown San Francisco, for example. BART has 4 stations in downtown San Francisco: Embarcadero, Montgomery, Powell, and Civic Center. And these stations are located about like 0.25 miles per hour. 0.25 miles from each other. So BART would literally just go, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, and just really slows it down. So my suggestion is that if BART just serves the major key stations where a lot of people get on and get off from the station, that would really expedite service. For example, I know that Powell Street is one of the biggest BART stations in San Francisco. Like, most people get on and get off over there. So if a lot of the trains could just stop at Powell Street, and stop at the other major key destinations like Midway BART Station or Como BART Station, where there are a lot of people getting on and a lot of people getting off, that would really help expedite the service. Because right now during commute hours, BART could take like 2 hours to get from Millbury to Pittsburgh Bay Point, and honestly, sometimes highway might be a more viable option depending on what time of day it is. So if we could expedite BART service throughout the Bay Area, that would really help connect places, and especially for people like you guys. If you're going to visit your friends over in the East Bay, you wouldn't have to stress about driving. You could just take BART, and it could be a lot faster. You would be there and be back a lot quicker, and that would really help you guys out.
All right. Thank you, Frank.
You're welcome.
This is only one of the people that the Independent Party cares about. So when you cast your ballot on Election Day, vote for the party of Frank, and vote for the party of you.